Greetings! My name is Ben, aka Downsize It, and for this video it's going to be a bit of a shorter one, but in the last AMA I did with Social General Rob, Franz Odendahl asked what our storage and transport solutions / methods were for Armada, and I did equivocate on that answer because I had actually been asked previously in some comments on my YouTube videos how I transport and store my Armada models. So I figured I would create a separate video just to kind of show you how I do that and my methods. And it's not just for the models, but how I decided I would show you everything I have to transport and carry around. Because it's not just the models, you know, I've got my mats, I've got all my extra gear, stuff for filming, etc. The one thing you won't be seeing is my big tripod, because I'm putting the camera on that for this video. So the tripod is also included in what you're about to see that I didn't film. But for those that are interested, coming up next is how I store and transport all of my gear for Star Wars Armada and for filming my videos on my channel. So first, we've got just a standard gym bag. And this carries most of my miscellaneous stuff for Armada. And this right here was the first purchase I made when I started filming. It was after the insane Battle of Endor video, my very first video. And that one I just was holding my phone. So this I found at Best Buy. It's nice and cheap, but it's very functional. You can do it like so, adjust. This top part, it took me a while to find one that was compatible with this and with my main tripod. And then there's a section here that's actually holding my phone right now that it clips on. So that's what I'm filming with right now. That's what I do all my primary filming with, is with my phone. This right here is just a satchel. Again, this one I got at Walmart. This keeps a lot of my Admiral Tater stuff. So in this bay here, I've got my ruler set that you guys see, along with the maneuver tools. This front pouch, I keep all of the rule books. Rebellion in the Rim, Corellian Conflict. You can see in a lot of miscellaneous stuff, you see like some stickers for the campaign. These are my squadron maneuver tokens for the squadrons to place them. I haven't figured out how I want to store them. This is just the packaging that they came in. And like my speed, or the turn dial, etc. Just miscellaneous stuff. And then even in the back part of this little satchel here, I keep, again, miscellaneous stuff. I don't even know all what's in here anymore. I have to look. Like I think it's an extra map for the Corellian campaign. Get a better view there, sorry you guys. I'm trying to do this while looking at my phone because I do this with the phone facing away from me. And also I carry spare card sleeves in there, just in case I need to, the card sleeve tears or breaks or whatever. And I've got my Wormwood dice tower. This is another thing I was able to finally use my channel as an excuse to get one of these. I've been wanting one of these for years, but this is excellent quality. Not cheap, but you get what you pay for. This is actually real cherry wood. And they have all different types of wood. It's all magnetized, very solid. It's excellent. I love it. And you guys don't see, I got like the full combo set. This actually is for storing a set of dice. This is my nicest set of dice I have. It's Hematite. Got it at Gen Con about 8 years ago. I wanted a nice set of metal dice. Not useful for Armada, but it just goes along with the set since that's what how it's put together. And then lastly, the most important thing in this bag is all of the cards. This nice massive binder. And I highly, highly recommend, if you guys are not doing something like this, this is the best way to store your cards in my opinion. Just real quick, I've got my Star Destroyer cards here. I laminated them because I couldn't find any sleeves that actually fit. So just did laminating for the Star Destroyers, or Super Star Destroyers, and then the rest is all organized basically in baseball card sleeves. I started off, I got some cheap ones at Office Depot, but they tore and broke, so I just went on eBay and bought the expensive stuff. These are Ultra Pro. These ones were hard to find, the ones that fit the ship cards, the tarot size. I can't remember what it's exactly it's called, the style this is. It took me a while to find these. But all the normal ones now are in baseball card sleeves with the normal size cards. You know, I've got to organize Empire, Rebellion, ships first, titles, then commanders, officers, weapons, upgrades, etc., all the way through back to, we've got missions, squadrons, etc. And I've got my own method for organizing. You can organize, obviously organizing it your own way. These are the, this is for the campaign, Rebellion in the Rim, special campaign missions, etc. That's what the green ones are. And for those that care, I kind of organize via class first, then point cost, and then alphabetically. Sort of like that. It's actually a pretty, I'm sure it makes sense to me in my head and probably confuse anyone else that tried to figure it out. So coming up next, I have a couple miscellaneous things, and then we'll get to the big boy himself, the giant case that I use to actually transport the models. Okay, and then just a couple other miscellaneous things before we get to the good stuff. This is my backpack. You could say, it's like my purse, so to speak. This goes with me everywhere I go, no matter what I'm doing. And so with Armada, it comes with me, and I just use it to carry miscellaneous things I might need for the filming, etc. And then also, key component is the mats. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen one of these before, but I use one of these mail tube slash art or schematic tubes that they use. Been very useful. I use this for all my games, whether it's for like Firefly, Star Trek Ascendancy, Battletech, that kind of thing. And just twist it off there, and then my mats are right in here. I have a few of these, and it makes it just for easy storage and transport, a lot better than keeping them in the cardboard. They last a lot longer, etc. And adjust the height, so very happy with that. So as you can see now, there sort of where we have a gym bag, a backpack, and now this tube for when I transport stuff to go film a Armada bat rep. And now we'll get to the big boy, the really big suitcase that Social General Rob hinted at during our AMA. Okay, and so now we get to the primary method of transport. As you can see, this behemoth. This is the Nimitz hard case off of Battle Foam. And I really love Battle Foam. It's what I use for my Warhammer 40k army and for my Battletech models. The Battletech was the first time I invested in Battle Foam. It is expensive, but you get what you pay for. They have the highest quality cases, in my opinion, and by far the highest quality foam. And when I decided to go into it, it was about 2 months it took me before I pulled the trigger of just planning and organizing. You'll see, because I wanted to make sure I could fit everything into one case and have it all organized. So this is the primary case. I think this is the biggest case they sell. It's kind of ridiculous. I was not expecting it to be this big when it came in. So as you can see in here first, again, I haven't used this in a long time, but this is how I've got my map set up for Rebellion in the Rim, for those that might be interested in how I have that set up. So this was actually get a better angle here, suggestion I saw online is that you get these little felt Velcro stickers, and then you put the reverse ends on objective tokens or victory tokens, and then you place the stickers on the opposite side and just stick them to them, etc. This is kind of like the status where we left off about 1.5 years ago when we stopped playing. If we do get back into it, we'll probably just reset, because we've all forgotten where we were and what all of our skills are and everything, but that's kind of how it was going before we ended. So first thing in the tray here is my squadron tray. Again, all of these trays I designed on their custom builder on Battle Foam, and just planning out, I went through my entire inventory of everything I had, and also what I planned on buying in the future when I designed these trays. So these are the primary squadrons that I usually play with and utilize. And then the next tray, we have some ships and more squads. See the Star Destroyers, and we have the Victory, Interdictor, MC-75, etc. This tray down here, this is where I keep all of my ship cards. And as you can see, I got the Super Star Destroyer. This is a lot of generic tokens. Again, the Rebellion in the Rim objectives and things for the map, but also the alternate cardboard for squadrons. Got all of my obstacles here. miscellaneous tokens, that sort of thing, all the ships, dust fields, etc. As you can see right here on the right, I'll pull them all out actually so you can get a better view. But this box actually also fits my Superstar Destroyer, and I'll give you a full view here in a second as I keep removing trays. So bear with me here as I go on to the next level. Then right here, got all of my ship bases. This is where I keep all of them. Then I've got my command dials, and then the remainder of my squadrons that I currently have, the ones I don't hardly ever use, but still want to have them accessible. Here are some more ships, the vast majority actually. We have also the ship stands. That's where I keep all these, and then all of the miscellaneous ships, etc. of my collection. And then my custom speed dials that I also recently purchased. Again, another annoying thing, transferring from the cardboard to that. That was a whole project for a Saturday while watching a couple movies actually. And all of this, again, these are all I just did this custom on their custom builder on Battle Foam. Just laying it out, designing it out. Took me, like I said, a couple months to come out to get everything to fit properly. Then lastly, this is the primary tray that happens whenever we're playing. It's got all the primary tokens, all of the rest of my command dials, damage cards, dice, and as you can see, just defense tokens, command tokens, raids, objectives, victories. These tokens are all for the campaign, specialty abilities, etc. And of course the numbered tokens. Then as you can see there in the bottom, it's kind of like my future proofing I did. We have the Superstar Destroyer, and at the time I had one Starhawk, one Onager, but I knew I planned on buying two, so I made sure there was room so I could put a second one of each. Top right is the Assault Frigate. I hate that ship, the design, but I want to have one of everything. The functionality of the Assault Frigate Mark II is amazing, but I still will not for the life of me understand why, oh why, at the beginning of Armada they didn't do the Assault Frigate Mark I. I would have loved to have been in the room of the developers there, why they made that incomprehensible decision. Then as you can see, I did more squad setup just for future proofing if I get more squads, although realistically, now that I plan on getting a Venator or two and some Clone Wars stuff, I'll actually probably be just doing some hand cutting in here, just get some more pizza shapes, you could say. And this bottom tray is definitely going to be more of a kit bash once I get my limited Republic fleet. Basically the squads, a couple vendors, and a pelter really. And as you can see, still plenty of space to fit a whole bunch of stuff in here. So hope that was informative. I know it's this is not cheap. This is a bit over the top, more than what most people would need when planning on storing and transporting Armada stuff, but this is how I do it now. When I took the plunge, it was a combination birthday present and Christmas present to myself about 2 years ago now. So, for those that are interested, coming up next, I'll just go over some more cheaper solutions that I used to use, in case you guys are curious on how you can store and transport your Armada stuff. So there you have it. Those are my storage and transport solutions for Armada and the extra stuff that I carry around for filming, etc. And it all barely fits in the back of my Honda Civic. But just enough. And as promised, just want to show you that for a cheap solution, and this is what I used to use, these are tackle boxes that you can find in the fishing department of like a department store or Walmart, etc. These are great for storing tokens, cards. I use these for all my games. It was only recently that, like I said, about a year and a half ago, that I upgraded to that monstrosity you saw. And like for tokens and stuff, these might actually be better. You see that I got my tokens and dice actually in the foam. When I designed the foam, I wanted everything in one spot. I really wanted to cut down all the extra things that I had. I had about, I think, 6 or 7 of these to store all of my Armada stuff that wasn't ships. The stands, everything I stored in tackle boxes. And then I actually had a literal suitcase. That's how I transported my models. I would use some foam, like seat foam, that you just cut up on your own, and you can just go buy, like, again, arts and crafts section, department store, to cushion stuff, to keep things from moving around and breaking, etc. And that's how I transported and used my Armada stuff up until about a year and a half ago, when I decided to commit and go all in on battle foam. And I actually don't store anything on shelves. You know, I see people on Facebook or on Discord showing how they, you know, have their models on nice displays and shelves and everything. Well, I have 3 cats, so all of my models in all of my games, no matter what I play, are safely stored in cupboards or in bags or in crates, etc. Because if I didn't, they would be destroyed within seconds by my ravenous felines that inhabit the house. So I hope this was informative for some of you, and I know this was, you know, not interesting to a lot of people, but it was asked in the AMA, and I just want to put that out there for those that are interested. And I do want to give, you know, it's not really a promotion, but just a shout out or a recommendation, that's the word I'm looking for, recommendation to Battle Foam. Like I said, and many times before, I'm repeating myself, but I just want to make it clear, it is expensive. Battle Foam is expensive. But they've, you know, you get what you pay for. They've earned it. There's a reason why Battle Foam is at the top of most people's list when it comes to storage and transport solutions for miniatures games with models. They really do have high quality stuff. I've never been disappointed in for my BattleTech models, my Warhammer models, and now for my Armada models. It's absolutely fantastic, and I am worth the investment. Like I said, you know, I had to save up a while to get this one. It wasn't cheap, but I had been planning that I wanted something like this, and it was worth it. So, for the question, we'll do a question in this. I want to try to do a question in every video for the giveaways, and it'll just be right along these lines. What is your storage solution? How do you store your models at home? Do you put them on display? Do you keep them in crates? Do you use tackle boxes? What do you use? And then when you're transporting them, is it the same method? Do you have a different method, etc.? So let me know in the comments below how you store and transport your Armada gear, and that'll enter you into the giveaway to win the Invisible Hand expansion pack, being generously provided by Garrett Vance and Admiral Tater's Ship Shop. So thank you guys for watching, and until next time, take it easy.